Hey guys, it's Ninjago304 here, and welcome to my Land Bounty comparison. Today I'll be comparing set 70677 on the left, titled Land Bounty, released in summer 2019, with 1,178 pieces for $130, had 9 minifigs, 4 of which were exclusive to the set. That's 11 cents per piece for those of you who keep track. And then on the right, the new one is set 71869, Land Bounty from summer 2026. Has 1,214 pieces, released for also $130. Has 6 minifigs, 2 of which are exclusive. We'll get into that later. And again, that's 10.7 cents per piece for those of you who keep track. In this comparison, we'll be going over the categories of value, minifigs, design, playability, overall looks, and my final opinion. And then we'll tally everything together for the final score and see which one of these is a winner. I have no idea how this is going to play out. I think both of these are really good sets. I think one of them is better than the other, but we'll find out which one is which. In terms of value, I think the Land Bounty on the right, 71869, the new one from summer 2026, is a better value. Granted, you do get more minifigs on the left, you do get more larger and specialized pieces, but more pieces, same price. I think that's gonna, it's really tough to decide, to be honest with you guys. I was flipping back and forth about this for a while, and you know what? I might just split the points. Each one of these is going to get 4.5 points for value because they each offer something unique and different, and I think both of their value is good for what they are. Next category up is minifigs. So we'll take a look at the minifigs on the left first. In the set on the left, we have 9 minifigs, 4 of which are exclusive to the set, not counting those foil packs, because those are not real sets, and quite frankly, they suck. So, the 4 minifigs that are exclusive are Cole FS, Master Wu, Jay, and Nia. Kai comes in a couple other sets, and so do all of the Fire Serpents that are the main villain of this part of Season 11. I think the figure selection here is really good. I'm glad we get an almost equal balance of heroes to villains. It's 5-4. It's definitely fair. I wish the villains got maybe a little side build in the set to help balance it out a little bit more. But overall, it's definitely at least more fair than some other sets as of recent memory. And then in the new set, we have 6 minifigs, 2 of which are exclusive. Zane is exclusive by the fact that he doesn't have an armor piece, and the Fire Monster is exclusive to the set as of the recording of this video. Hopefully we'll see him in a couple other sets, but at this point, I doubt it. We don't know what Dragon Rising Season 5 will hold, or what 2027 and beyond will hold for Ninjago. So, for minifigs, I'm going to have to give 5 points to the original Land Bounty, and then 4 points to the new one. I think the old one has a better minifig selection, significantly so. The Season 11 suits are a little bit iffy on my rankings. I don't love them, I don't hate them. The Dragon's Rising Season 4 suits are really good, and the Dragon Form Lloyd minifig is phenomenal, but there's just more minifigs, you get a better balance. 5-4 is much better than 4-2. It feels more fair on the left side, so I think the minifig selection on the left is better. Next category up is design. Now, which one of these do I think looks better? The new one or the old one? I think it's really a toss-up. I'm going to look at each one of these really closely and just point out some features that I like and dislike on each one in terms of their design, and then we'll make a decision. So for the old one, 70677, it does have a more tank-like design. It's a Destiny's Bounty on wheels. That was the concept for this as far as my knowledge goes. It was seen in Season 11, Secrets of Forbidden Spinjitzu. That fact doesn't matter, but, just putting it in there. I like the way the wheels are built up with these hubcap pieces. They were introduced in summer of 2019 for this wave of sets, and I think they look really good. The sails, the paper sails, are very nice. Definitely a really cool inclusion that the new one does not have, unfortunately. There isn't a whole lot of Technic exposed on this one. There is a little bit towards the back and underneath the bottom if you are looking for it. And then the interior space on this one is really, really nice in my opinion. You do have a lot of space to put figures. You have seats for all of them and a spot for each one to do something. This one's design does look really good in my opinion, and it just, the way the windshields are built looks really nice, and a lot of this set does look really good in my opinion. As for the new Land Bounty, there is a lot of technique exposed all around, especially at the front. You have some up top here, and then you spin it around to the back, and then you just see all of that exposed. It doesn't give it the best look, but it is designed as a toy very well. You can just pick it up. We'll get to that in playability here later on, but it's designed well, but not necessarily from a looks perspective. It's designed well from a play perspective, but not a looks perspective in my opinion. So with that being said, I'm giving 5 points for design to the old one and 4 points for the new one. Both of these have their own unique design. They are based off the same vehicle as far as I know. This might be a remastered version of the vehicle in the show. We haven't seen the show as I'm recording this video, but we'll find out. I think both of these are each unique in their own way. They both have their own special design, but I just prefer the old ones a little bit more. Now it's time for playability. Playability here is really good in my opinion. I think there's a lot of things to do on this set. You can activate these engines and just lift this whole top part off, which is really nice. You can get access to the interior space right here, which is good. Then there's also the other interior space. You can raise this spring-loaded shooter and do that. There is also a little buggy included in the back. So that adds a little bit of extra playability if you have somebody else who wants to join in on the fun and play as another character or something like that, whatever you guys do with LEGO sets or whatever kids do with LEGO sets, I don't know. But there is a lot of interior space as well. There is this cannon up here which can spin 360 degrees. You don't want to fire it straight on because, again, that would be bad. It would just fire right into the sail. There are some stud shooters located around. Overall, I think there's a lot of playability here. And again, there is a lot of interior space. If we take this top section off here, there is a large amount of space in here to have figures. You have two at the driver's seat. You can have a couple posed around through the back and towards the spring-loaded shooter there, which I think does look pretty nice. As for the newer model, playability is taken in a different direction. Rather than interior space, you have more vehicles to play with. So you push this in, or rather you pull this lever back out, unlock the top, you get the airship, which is its own separate thing. And then at the back, you pull this section off and it becomes a motorcycle, which is its own separate thing. And then you get this little buggy car, which again is its own separate thing. Each one of these is a different, unique vehicle, and I think that's really good in my opinion. There isn't a lot of interior space to play with on each of these. You can have a couple figures pose around on the bridge of the bounty, like the airship part. You can have, maybe a couple figures standing back here doing something. There's a lot of technique exposed on this, which doesn't, again, look the greatest. But overall, there is a lot of things to like about this one. It's really hard to split the playability value because both of these have such unique features, and it's hard to decide which one is better for playability for that reason. So for playability, I'm again going to split the points, 4.5 points to each one. I think both of them offer a very unique play scenario. With that one, you get interior space to pose your figures, and you get two separate vehicles. With this one, you don't get any interior space. You get a little bit, but not much. And then you get the 3 separate vehicles that you can use to play with, and I think both of them are good for each of their own reasons. Now it's time for overall looks. Which one do I think looks better? And this is the one that I decided on, probably the easiest of all these categories. I think the old Land Bounty looks better. There's less technique exposed. It has a more sleeker look. I do like the angle that the cockpit is at for the new Land Bounty. I do really like that. I appreciate the way it's built. I think it looks really good. But there's something about this one that I like more, and I can't quite figure out what it is. It's just the way the angles all come together, I think. So, 5 points for overall looks, and 4 points for overall looks. Now for the final opinion section. Which set do I think is better? Honestly, I think the original Land Bounty on the left is better. I think it is just a better design. I think you get better minifigs in this set, which I've already established earlier in this video. I do think it's a better set. The new one, there is nothing wrong with the new one. It is a good set. If you don't like Technic, this new set will not be for you. But it does balance that Technic with a lot of brick and plate building towards the end of the build, in my opinion. So I think the new one, or the old one rather, gets the 5 points for the final opinion. Time for the final scores. Which of these sets do I think is truly better? In second place is 71869, Land Bounty from Summer 2026, with 25 points. I think it's a good set. I really do. I just think it falls short in some areas. I found myself a little bit disappointed after the build was done, hoping there would be more to it, more interior space, and there just wasn't. I, again, really like the set. I think it's a really good one for 2026, but when compared to the old one, it's not as good. And the winner would obviously be 70677 Land Bounty from Summer 2019 with 29 points out of a possible 30. I think that set is phenomenal. I wasn't super high on it when it was first revealed, if you guys remember, all the way back in 2019, but I've come around to the set. I've come to really love it, actually. I think it's one of the better Ninjago sets to have been released in that era, and I think it's a really great set. I think both of these are really good sets. I just think one of them had to be the winner, and obviously it ended up being the original Land Bounty. So let me know which one of these sets you guys prefer in the comment section down below. Thank you guys for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed, and with that, I'll see you guys in the next video. This is Jimblade8304, signing off. Bye.